Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the latest edition of Blast from the Past. My name is Joe Nostalgia. With me, as always, is my esteemed co-host, Josh Recall.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
How's it going, buddy?
Tuesday afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are a podcast dedicated to all things nostalgic, retro, and vintage. We are here to tickle that nostalgia bone that we all have inside of us.
And we are here to unlock those memories that you didn't even know that you had.
Absolutely.
With us, we have
a guest who, for once, a guest who knew he was going to be on our episodes. We didn't blindside him like we did the poor old Cody. Our friend Alex.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being aware of being on this episode.
Dude, are you kidding me? You mentioned if we talk anything about Godzilla, you guarantee I'm going to be here. Come
Absolutely.
Oh, so, looks like
Looks
the
like
cat's out of the bag.
He spoiled the...
We're talking about Godzilla.
1998's Godzilla. A
1998's
very, very divided movie. I don't think there's any gray area with it. Either people love it or absolutely despise it.
God, this fucking movie.
It's amazing, man.
It's my favorite of all time.
Dude, I love this movie.
Hands down, favorite movie of all time.
I love this movie. And I'm one who was exposed to the original Godzilla first. So it's not like, oh, this was my first Godzilla. No, I knew about the OG first, and I still love this movie.
I never watched this movie in full from start to finish until last year.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
First time I saw it full through was a VHS in 2004 when I moved here.
Which I owned.
Really? Dude,
I owned
the VHS is so nice, too.
Is the box embossed? Is it like scaly?
I think somewhere. I think like special edition ones.
Probably
were.
like a first print.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just had the normal one.
Yes. Josh seems to have some issues with this movie.
It's not exactly that I don't like the movie. I think the movie's a lot of fun, and I could pop it in and have a good time watching it. It's just really fucking stupid. Like, it is offensive how dumb this fucking movie is. And if you don't think that it's stupid, you might be just as stupid as the movie. Hot take.
Me and Alex over here, dude.
Hey, like I said, I like the movie. I love it even. I could pop it in and have a great time watching it. It's a popcorn movie.
Now, do you think if this movie wasn't constricted to the Godzilla name...
If this movie wasn't called Godzilla, it would have been fine. I think it would have been fine,
See,
but
that's where
it's still a dumb movie.
That's where I disagree. I feel like if it was its own thing, if they gave it its own name, this is its own creature, it's just a disaster movie, because the 90s was full of disaster movies, it would have still been given shit because it's trying to copy Godzilla. So I feel like it would have...
Well,
it gets shit because it is Godzilla, but it's not, and then it would have gotten shit.
We always
had
giant monster movies. It was never just Godzilla being the be-all, end-all. Godzilla
yeah, but
wasn't
I think
even
at
the
its
original.
Core, the fact that it's a lizard who gets mutated and is big right away.
It's a fucking... Make it a dinosaur. Literally call it Jurassic Park 4. You might as fucking well have.
Alan.
Yeah,
have fucking Jeff Goldblum since
have Jeff Goldblum be fucking Matthew Broderick's ballsack.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Blast from the Past.
And life finds a way.
Life finds a way. There's a series called The World according to Jeff Goldblum. All right, should we talk about the movie that almost was? Because Alex doesn't know about this.
1994's Godzilla, written by Ted Elliott and
something
Terry Rossio.
Yep.
Terry Rossio. They had written the script for the 1994 Godzilla. They had concepts. They had a sculpture done.
Because TriStar got the rights in what, 92?
TriStar got the rights in
I think it was 92.
91 or 92.
Yeah.
And the script was supposed to be Godzilla going up against another kaiju called Gryphon, which was more of a dog with wings.
He was pretty much like an amalgam of all the beasts that he fought.
See, that I knew about.
Okay.
I knew about that literally just that part about the old script, though.
Yeah, and...
Have you seen what everything looked like?
I've seen what the Gryphon looks like, and it's like kind of, it's like dog-like, sort of.
If you're hearing this on YouTube, I'll leave links to all the photos down to what almost was this movie. But the one thing that they changed that was actually brought on, one of the things that they changed that they ended up using for the 2014 Godzilla was the Atlantis thing. Part of that script from 94, they were going to do the fucking Lost City of Atlantis. Like, he was a created being by them that was meant to fight, that was meant to defend the world.
Such a weird thing.
It's so odd. I don't like it. That's what I hated about... Sorry, not 2014. King of the Monsters.
If you don't like
That's
that,
what I didn't
wait
like.
until I've got something to tell you about the fucking... his fucking origin.
That was a struggle to get that through?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
But
Please.
The
Enlighten
origin
me.
was almost he was created by aliens.
Well, that was...
I don't know what it is with these motherfuckers in Hollywood and wanting to remake stuff and trying to make them fucking aliens. Like, you remember when the
Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Ninja Turtles, they were gonna be fucking aliens.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Bay wanted to make them aliens. What is up with these
I think-
motherfuckers and wanting to make them aliens?
I don't
Why
know.
does it need to be aliens?
I think because... I mean, I think there's a thing where, like, they didn't like the core, like, oh, it's nuclear war, he's a creation of this. They, like, thought it was lame. But that's what's cool about the character. He's an accident by men.
Yeah.
This monster exists because
he is
we
our
fucked up.
consequences.
Exactly. He's our consequences. Now we're getting the shit kicked out of us on a daily basis.
Yeah. But Alex, would you like to see what 1994's Godzilla was gonna look like?
Again, as I said, I'll leave all the links to this in the description. Alex has never seen this, so we're getting a real reaction right now.
So this is what he was originally supposed to look
Yes.
like. That was the original concept.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, Chief, that ain't it.
You know what? I still like
He's
I still
speechless.
like the design that we got.
Yeah,
Fuck you, dude!
No, listen, man.
No!
Listen. Stop
No,
yelling.
you don't!
You're blowing out the mic.
No,
Listen.
fuck the mic. We're good with mics.
I love the 94 design because it was changed enough, but when you see it, you know it. You know who that's supposed to be.
You look at the 1998 design we got, and you're like you hear God, like, without prior
I love
knowledge of
98's
the movie
design,
beforehand.
though. As a monster, that's a cool monster.
It's
But
a
as
cool looking monster,
Godzilla,
but that's
then
not Godzilla.
Exactly.
That is.
But as a design on its own, it's a pretty decent monster.
He's a fucking T-Rex on
He's a
steroids.
marine iguana. He's a marine iguana. They got some nuclear waste on him.
He's a fucking dude.
He's got that little turkey fucking.
I hate that shit so much.
Why,
Josh is upset.
why did they? I want to know.
You want to know why? I'll tell you.
Why is Godzilla? Why is
in
Godzilla?
Go on.
Why is Godzilla pregnant?
He produces asexually. Where's the fun in that? Fucking right.
Stupid.
So, those original people, and they also got Stan Winston to create the designs for all the monsters and shit. The Griffin looks so fucking cool. It was pretty much, as I said, an amalgam of all the beasts that Godzilla has fought. He's an alien. It's alien origin. He's winged. He's just his beast, and he changes forms. He fucking shapeshifts.
Really?
Yes.
That I didn't know.
And
I
the
just saw
final
the picture
battle-
of him looking like kind of like a fucking pit bull.
And the final
Like a
battle,
dog.
dude, the final battle was supposed to end with Godzilla decapitating him and spiking his head on the Empire State. And then Roland Emmerich saw this and was like, no. Because when Dean Delvin and, Roland Emmerich, after the success of Independence Day and Stargate
sucked.
after the original people who wrote the script were left, they were brought on to do it.
I thought Independence didn't do that well. I've always heard.
At the time, it did. I think because like it was Will Smith's first movie and it was just big. I
mean,
don't know.
when you think about it, it had the same like little trailer techniques where the trailers just
They
showed,
barely showed anything. Exactly.
Except
They
for the
showed
White
that
House
one
blowing
shot
up.
of the White House. Yep.
That's it.
And then Godzilla showed the one parts of his legs, which I love. Dude, the marketing campaign for Godzilla was pretty fun. The fact that they kept it a secret throughout.
So they didn't. So did you confirm that they didn't release the merchandise?
They kept it a secret until opening week, till opening day, and then post opening day they began to show more of it.
See, okay.
So merch released the day it came out.
All right. So what we hypothesized the other week or whatever.
Yeah,
we were
because
right.
we were confused because we have some merch. Well, I have some merch that shows them, and I'm like, but they were keeping them a secret. How did that work? That all came out after the movie came out.
Because
But
all
yes.
of the posters and stuff, one was just a
was just a
giant
leg.
foot,
Yeah.
and then the other one was just his eye.
Which, by the way, the leg completely exaggerates his actual height.
Dude, this movie is so fucking inconsistent
Yep.
with his size. It is.
But yeah, when the original,
Dude, I went on a fucking tirade to Joey last night while I
my
was watching
Snapchat
it.
is full of recordings.
Holy shit.
This is something I've never noticed. That his size changes.
Bro,
It's
his
the-
size
listen,
is
listen.
so
All right.
inconsistent. Dude,
When he first comes out, he's so fucking big, and then later on when they do the fist trick, he's barely higher than the Flatiron, than that building.
and then, dude,
Flatiron building.
check.
The-
And then
the,
this is the biggest
Daily
offense
Bugle.
in the whole fucking movie. This is the part where I was watching it last night and I completely checked out the whole movie and I was like, fuck this.
This movie's amazing.
Why do they have 267 helicopters chasing him
Throughout Manhattan.
Throughout Manhattan, in between, barely spatial, space. There's barely any space in between the buildings. And why are the buildings 4,000 feet tall? The buildings are 4,000 feet tall. There are 200 fucking helicopters wicked close together, flying in between buildings, chasing Godzilla in between these buildings. And Godzilla is now that small when before he was big enough to fucking...
Also,
it's so
apparently...
inconsistent. That was one of the biggest things that critics shit on it for.
Yeah. Also, apparently...
And an unnecessary amount of rain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The helicopters can't catch him, and they can't outrun him, but then he can't even catch a taxi cab at the end of the movie.
Yeah. I didn't even fucking process that. This movie's so fucking
Military
dumb.
helicopters cannot chase this beast, but a taxi cab with Inspector Gadget in it fucking books it. And he can't catch it.
Dude, back-to-back Matthew Broderick movies on the podcast. This is now the Matthew Broadcast.
Also, can I tell you about an almost casting?
Oh.
For Philippe, the French Secret Service man.
Jean Reno is the best character in that fucking movie.
Him and Hank Azaria, to me, are the highlights of this movie.
Yep,
but
Matthew Broderick
for
blows
Philippe,
in this movie.
They wanted Rupert Everett to play him.
No!
They wanted Rupert Everett to play him.
No!
Yes.
No!
You're blowing out the mic! Hold it away.
This is worth it!
Yes.
No!
So we almost got...
So they would have been in back-to-back movies, back-to-back years together?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Rupert Everett. And they would have been friends in this movie. Somebody's watching too many Saturday morning cartoons. Listen.
Oh my god!
Rupert Everett. They wanted him to play Philippe.
Dr. fucking Claw!
Yep.
Bring on the brownies! Wheeling the waffles!
All right.
I'm bringing the bins!
Alright, my fucking head hurts. Alright. But anyways, we went really off track here. Roland Emmerich and Dean Delvin were taken on in 95 to make this movie. They saw the original script with the final battle with the monster, everything. They hated all of that.
That's fucking...
Roland Emmerich's actual quote is, "The last battle was just two creatures going at it. I think that's lame. I hated that." Hey, asshole, you're making a Godzilla movie. We want to see him fight a fucking monster. And then he was saying how, like, I didn't want him to be... he just hated everything about the original Godzilla story.
Yeah.
He saw the script and was like,
I was watching the behind the
changing this.
scenes, and he was like, the first thing I wanted to do was completely change his design.
Toho gave him a list of things. They were like, if you want to make Godzilla, you have to follow these guidelines. He cannot have more than 3 toes on each foot, no more than 4 fingers on each hand, 3 rows of spikes on his back. He can't be too fast, and he can't look dumb. They changed every fucking thing on that list. Every fucking thing on that list. Roland Emmerich was like, nah, this ain't it. Fuck Toho. They don't know any better. This is only their creature. Changed everything.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, and he also breathes fire, which in this movie he don't, but in the animated series he did.
Dude, the animated series is very good, though.
It is very
Dude, the only thing that's Godzilla
Because they were
about
gonna
this
make
Godzilla is the fucking noise he makes.
The roar and his origin of he's a creation of nuclear tests. That's it. But, and I told you this a while ago, and I don't know if Alex heard it. To be real, say what you want. I can hear the Godzilla fans hating me. This is the most real Godzilla movie we've ever gotten. He's a lizard who got mutated. He's a giant animal. Because that's how they treat Godzilla in this movie. He's an animal. He's not this bigger than God creature. He's this animal who is big because of nuclear waste, and he's on our island and we gotta fucking kill it. This is the most realistic Godzilla movie of all time.
And it's only realistic because he didn't have another monster to fight.
No, but again, they treat him more, which again, this was a bad thing
Because if he had another monster
they treat
to
him
fight,
like an animal.
If he had another stronger monster to fight that was fucking up the city even more and he killed it, everybody would be
Why
like,
is he
fuck
the
yeah.
only monster that got fucked up by this nuclear waste? Exactly. There should have been at least one other creature that got this kind of treatment. Yeah. But again, you can't disagree. This is the most real Godzilla movie that we've gotten. Because they do treat him like an animal. Because he is an animal. He's a lizard that got mutated. And he's big. That's a lot of fish. Okay? Josh is speechless because he didn't expect me to say that. You can't disagree. This is the most real Godzilla movie we've ever gotten.
No, you can't.
It's a lot of fish. That's a lot. That's a lot of fish.
It's a lot of fish.
I mean, define real though, because I'm kind of like.
Because as I was saying,
It's a wild animal.
No, because as I was saying, if this really happened, if a lizard got mutated by nuclear war, nuclear tests, it wouldn't be what Godzilla is. It would just be this huge mutated lizard that came to Manhattan. And he's not trying to kill people. He's not trying to destruct everything. He's just, oh, this giant lizard is in Manhattan. What the fuck are we going to do about it? This giant lizard is just in Manhattan. Think about it. It's the most realistic.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the original Godzilla, like 1954, whatever Godzilla, created by the same thing?
But no, but I'm saying if a lizard really got mutated, that would be what would happen. It wouldn't try to destroy everything.
Yeah,
just,
it wouldn't be
this
like
giant
Godzilla, where
thing is here.
Godzilla rips buildings apart and he's just like
Breathes fire.
Yeah, breathes fire.
Which he does in this
Godzilla
movie.
would realistically be a mutated animal acting like an animal, but just
that's
bigger.
just trying to nest on this island.
Yeah, trying to fucking lay its eggs like animals do.
So when you really think about it in real life, that's how it would go down.
Okay, all right, now I
Feel
see
me?
what you're saying.
I
yeah,
felt like I
okay.
was in like, dude, how are they not getting it? I'm right on.
I got it from the jump. I got it from Jump Street.
Which
I
he
just
does.
I
Breathe
never
fire
wrapped
in
my
this.
head around that.
I know he does breathe fire in this, but that was added really late.
Really late because they were like, oh, we probably should do that.
It was supposed to be called power breath or some shit. Where he
This fucking movie's one
where
big
he
eye
just-
roll.
Yeah, the power breath that he had was supposed to just blow everything to shit, but it was not going to be fire.
Yeah.
But then later on, they were like, fans are going to get mad about that. Fans are going to get mad about the fire, but the look and everything, they're fine. But the fans are going to get mad about the fire breath. So that's why when you see the scenes where he actually does the fire, the fire's like this weird edit that's put in. Like, the fire doesn't look real when he does it. If you noticed, things start to blow away from him, and then the fire just appears.
Yeah, because
Because they added that late. Late into production, they're like, we got to add fire to that breath.
yeah,
So
but
he
in
wasn't
that
doing fire
scene
breath.
there was like burning cars right below him, and that's where the fire flames were coming from.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that wasn't supposed to happen at first. At first, it was just supposed to blow everything away. His power breath, so stupid.
Oh,
Like,
so
I
they
hate it.
so you're saying they added the flames to the car after,
Late,
after?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, dude, this fucking movie's amazing. I'm sorry.
So this would be a good time to mention to you guys. I don't know if you guys found this out during your research, but did you know they were supposed to release an online multiplayer game based on this movie?
I was asking you the other fucking day. I was like, why didn't they cash in on the game market for this movie? They're supposed to have a game for it.
Online multiplayer?
It was supposed to be online multiplayer.
What the fuck?
So,
Okay,
so
break this down.
So I take it was supposed to be PC then,
Yeah, it was supposed to be PC, like those old school
like Doom and everything.
yeah, and that
like just old
Jurassic
online
Park
PC
game they
games?
made for the Lost World.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So you had to
Wow.
have like an old school computer, whatever they had back in
A fucking iMac G3 for fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
I love
and-
it. That's really cool.
and you could choose to be like a scientist, a doctor, even though they're the same thing.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
my book.
One works with chemicals.
A
one works with people.
military guy, I believe, and then Godzilla. But you would kind of look like baby Godzilla, like in the movie.
So cool. That would have been so cool.
And like each character could level up.
Yeah.
And if you chose to be Godzilla, there was like fish around the map, and if you went around and ate it, he would evolve into adult.
Wow.
Yeah.
I fucking really dig that.
When I found this out, I was like, "Whoa, what? Wait a minute."
So what did they begin to make it and then stop, or was it just plans that early on they're like, you know what, let's not even.
I think it was just plans. I don't think they ever made it to
man.
production.
The marketing, dude, they really pushed the marketing for this movie because 3 weeks before the movie was meant to release, a few executives watched it and they're like, this movie's not gonna do what we're hoping. So they pushed the marketing tenfold. They did the Taco Bell thing. They did Doritos. They had a fucking advertisement where Godzilla attacks a truck with Doritos in it and stuff.
While we're talking about marketing, you know what they did in London?
What?
They fucking had crushed cars all around the city.
Really?
Yeah.
I
they
didn't know
put-
that.
They put crushed cars all around London.
And it was just like, this movie coming
Yeah,
out
yep,
May
yep. Like-
20th.
And then
Wow.
they had like, obviously you have the fucking ads on the buses. His foot is the size of this bus.
I love that.
I think it's
I
fucking
love that.
awesome.
I think
do the marketing.
it adds to the
marketing
mystery.
for this movie is better than the movie is.
That helped the movie a lot because because this movie made a lot of money.
Yeah, it
This
did.
movie made like
Oh, yeah.
400 million for a 98 movie. It still made
400
money
million is like fucking what, 800 now?
due to now. Yeah.
Like
So-
with inflation?
Yeah. So
Oof, that would be like fucking number 9 on the top 10 list of all
Endgame, dude.
time.
Yeah, dude.
Endgame was 2.1 billion.
The fucking
Holy
reason why it
shit.
made so much money is because they refused to show him for marketing. So people went just to be like, "What the fuck is he gonna
Yeah.
look like?" And it helped.
That's why I like
And
it.
then
That's
people
why
hated it.
That's why I fucking hate trailers showing everything nowadays.
Yeah, dude.
That's why
the
I
first
don't
trailer
watch
for this movie was kind of like Spider-Man, where the trailer had nothing to do with the movie. Well, it was kind of like Spider-Man. It was meant to be in the movie, but then they cut it.
Yeah, because of the Twin
first
Towers.
teaser was a field trip to a museum to see dinosaurs, and they got to the T-Rex exhibit, and the guy's like, "This is the largest creature known to mankind. Nothing's ever bigger than this creature."
And then the
Biggest
big
creature.
foot comes
and then
and
they
crushes
feel the
it.
rumble. I think they even fake Jurassic Park where there's like a thing of water, and they see it go boom, and then the foot comes through the glass roof and crushes it, and then it goes. It's like size does matter. Godzilla fucking May 20th. It's so stupid.
How does that feel like a Mountain Dew commercial?
Size does matter because
That
it's
feels
America
like a
and we gotta have innuendos for fuck's sakes.
That feels like the Hulk Mountain
Talking
Dew
about
commercial.
his cock and his pants,
Stop!
Josh.
Oh my god!
Big Godzilla fucking schmeck, dude. You know what I'm saying?
This is everything I've lived for. We're talking about Godzilla cock on the podcast. Yes! Yes!
Cockzilla. Make a movie.
Cockzilla. Stop it.
May 20th. Size
Podcast
does matter.
canceled. This has gone too
Thank
far.
you for tuning into this episode of Blast from the Past. Anyways, Taco Bell's my favorite fucking part of the fucking merch though.
Really?
They had the collector's cups.
The Taco Bell dog commercial?
Hey Godzilla, you want something to drink? Dude, it's so racist. It's so fucking.
The Taco Bell dog was fuck.
They had collector's cups and they had a special edition cup holder, which was Godzilla holding your drink. I have this. I was supposed to bring it today. Forgot it because I was in a rush. I'll put a link to that in the description for those who are watching this on YouTube. From? My favorite piece of memorabilia that I have. I'm not just saying that. That's my favorite piece of memorabilia that I have.
Who got that for you?
Stop whispering. Alex is trying to talk right now.
Who got you that cup?
Josh bought me that cup for Christmas.
You're right.
No, it was either for my birthday or Christmas.
Is that the only piece of merchandise you had from that movie?
For Godzilla, I wanted to buy the Mylar that Josh has hanging over here, but Josh bought it before me.
It was a bid. I had
know.
to. It was either
At least
I
it's staying
fucking
in the family.
yes.
But as far as that's all I have. But they have different cups.
Like I said,
and
man, I found the
but
other
you can't find them
Mylar.
all.
I found the better Mylar. $10
with the leg.
Yes.
Which is my favorite
$10
poster for this movie.
I'll send you the link.
10 beans.
not
I got
bad.
I did get my stimulus check, Josh. You know what I'm saying?
let's flex the money.
Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Any other points you want to make about this movie, Alex, Josh? Because I feel like we're kind of slowing down a bit.
Slowing down.
I'm just fucking around. We haven't said shit for the past 22 minutes that we're at now. I love this movie, and I really hate that this movie caught so much flack. Because when you try to disconnect it to Godzilla, it's a decent monster flick. But it's just the fact that it has that name attached, it was destined to fucking fail. But the fact, fuck Roland Emmerich. If you hate everything about Godzilla, why do a Godzilla movie? They even turned it down at first. Him and Delvin,
Yeah, they just
they were like,
several
it
times.
seemed like a goofy idea. But then because they were given creative rights, they were like, you get to do whatever you want. Because after Independence Day, they were like, oh, we trust them. Nah, Chief. That's a bad idea. He hated the origin, hated the design, hated the possibility of him fighting a different creature, and was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make the final battle a taxi. Get the fuck out of my face.
And that's why exactly a year later was released in 2000 here, I think. But Toho couldn't have made a response to this movie any quicker than with Godzilla 2000.
Godzilla 2000 and Japan known as Godzilla Millennium.
2000 Millennium.
Yes.
Which is my second favorite Godzilla design. Godzilla 2000 looks just badass.
Because they were done, right? Wasn't 95 the last Toho produced Godzilla flick? They were done. He died in that movie and they were done.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, yeah. He
and
died.
then 98 came out and they were like, yo, we gotta fucking come back. These motherfuckers are fucking us up. And then they came back with 2000 in spite. The fact that movie was to spite what we did.
You want to talk about spite?
So ballsy. It's so
you want to talk about spite? Let's talk about Godzilla Final Wars. Dude, Toho fucking...
That wasn't the first time that they dissed them, actually. There was another movie that came out before that where two kids were talking in a classroom and they were like, did you hear about that monster that destroyed New York? Yeah, was that Godzilla? The Americans think so, but he's not. That was just a quick line in one of the other movies, and then go on with the Final Wars.
Toho purchased the rights to what is canonically known as Zilla.
Because
1998's Godzilla is known as Zilla.
Yes.
Or
tell them why.
It's called Zilla because it is Godzilla, but without the God in him.
Because they took the God out
They
of Godzilla.
took the God out of Godzilla. They
Oof.
called him not Zilla. They called him Fake Zilla. They called him Gino.
Because Godzilla
in name only.
Yes.
And then they called him Patzilla and Devzilla.
Oh, this poor fucking guy, dude. It's not his fault. Leave Godzilla alone. Leave Zilla alone.
Dude,
Sorry.
so
leave Gino alone.
So they
Gino.
they purchased Zilla to go against Toho Godzilla in Final Wars.
Now that was a movie where what? Every other Godzilla fought?
I
was
think
it that?
so.
Was it like
I only know that
multiverse
I
type deal?
only know this one part.
Okay.
Because they fucking purchased the rights to Zilla to have Toho Godzilla kill him off in
seconds.
less than 30 seconds.
In
Amazing.
seconds. Also,
pity.
he was actually bigger than the 98 version in that movie. They actually had to make him bigger to be a decent opponent for Godzilla. That's how small he is in fucking 98. They actually had to make him bigger in Final Wars just to be like, let's give him a fighting chance. But no,
Yeah,
not
same,
Chief.
same thing for original Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes.
Original Kong's only 25 feet tall. They
Yeah.
had to beef him up to Godzilla's
They had to
size.
beef him up to be Godzilla's size, so they pulled a Kong with poor Zilla. Poor fucking Zilla, dude.
Fun fact, that was supposed to be a Frankenstein monster originally against Godzilla.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was-
I think I heard that.
yeah. I think I mentioned to you before.
That's really cool though.
So it was supposed to be Frankenstein versus Godzilla?
Originally, yeah.
What the
What
fuck?
a matchup! What a fucking matchup! Make that movie. Make
Make
that
it now.
Dude.
Is it our job to make this movie?
It's a critical mass production.
It's our job to make that movie, just like it is my
Godzilla
job.
versus Frankenstein.
It is my job to write Terminator, the Broadway musical.
Wow.
I've
I'm
actually,
ballsy. I smoke my stogie
Anywhere
wherever
I
I
want.
Sorry.
I don't have to make a hideout place like you. Oh.
I love that shit, dude. The animated series for this movie, fantastic. No one's seen
Not
it?
good at all because it doesn't have Matthew Broderick in it.
But it's still Totopoulos.
No.
Oh, do you want to talk about his name?
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up. Nick Totopoulos shares the last name with the guy who created the design for Godzilla in the movie.
Oh no.
Yeah,
his
his
last
name is
name's Totopoulos.
it's like Steve Totopoulos or something.
I think it.
And as an homage to him,
Patrick Totopoulos?
maybe just Pat Totopoulos.
Pat Totopoulos.
Regardless.
Yeah, because Pat Zilla. Pat Zilla.
Yes.
Yep. Patrick
So-
Totopoulos.
Yeah, so as an homage to him, they made the main character him. And then they wanted to have that running joke throughout the movie. It's Totopoulos to be like, we love ya."
Topopopoulos?
Yeah.
Tatopopoulos?
Topopopoulos? Top.
It's Totopoulos.
It's-
Fuck this movie.
It's Mark Brown. Anyways. The animated series, because the movie was originally going to be a trilogy that they were planning.
They were working on a sequel shortly after this one was made.
And Dean Delvin was saying,
Devlin.
Sorry?
Devlin.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking stupid, Josh.
He is
Dean
he's
Devlin-
striking himself in the face.
Dean Devlin, and people think this was just a cop out to make people calm down. He said throughout the trilogy it would have gotten more and more like the original Godzilla. It would have began with the army going after him, then the sequel would have been a monster, and then the sequel would have been another monster or whatever.
So
which is-
basically Hulk 2003.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because the sequel for that was supposed to have what, Abomination and the Leader, right?
Yes.
I can't fucking wait to talk about that movie.
Hulk coming after the next episode?
Oh, is it after the next episode or is it the next episode?
Because the next episode is my choice,
Oh.
and then the next one is a two-way choice. So they adapted the sequel scripts into the series, which is why he fights monsters, and that's why people love the series, because it captures more of the Godzilla spirit.
Yeah, the very first episode of that series, like the beginning of it, beginning to the middle, was sequentially supposed to be the sequel to the 98 Godzilla movie.
Yeah, sorry, I fucking forgot to specify. As Alex was saying, it's the baby that hatches at the end of 98. And then there's an episode in that series where the original Godzilla comes back as a cyborg.
Yeah, Cyber Godzilla.
So the 98 Godzilla is built into like a mecha cyborg, half cyborg.
Oh, so
Yep.
we kind of got Mecha Godzilla, but he was Cyborg Godzilla?
Yes.
Oh, so instead of Mecha, it was like...
It was the dead Godzilla at the end of 98 built into like a cyborg.
That's actually really fucking
The
cool.
series
Can you
is very
show
good,
me
dude.
that?
Josh, the series is really fucking good.
I want to find it.
It was on Fox Kids. It ran from like 2000 to 2001. Very fucking good show.
Is there a DVD release?
Every episode is on YouTube in good quality.
Really? Because I found a playlist last night. It was like in parts, and it didn't look that good.
Then fucking the list that I must have found months ago might have been taken out for copyright.
I owned like just the one disc.
One of the fucking.
the series.
Oh really?
Yeah, it had
I
three.
dig it.
It had 3 episodes on it. It was I think it was called Monster Wars. It was part 1, part 2, part 3.
Oh yeah, because this was back when they released animated shows in arcs, like how they released the animated Spider-Man series in arcs. They had like the Green Goblin. Yeah, thanks for coughing while I'm talking to you.
That's fucking cool.
I'll leave links to that in the description too. Dude,
Whoa.
the 98 Godzilla came back as a cyborg to fight his son. And in this movie,
So
the baby. Sorry, go on.
no, finish your thought because it's a question.
In this series, the baby hatches, finds Nick Totopoulos, thinks Nick Totopoulos is its parent, and then he's on our side.
Oh, cool.
So every monster that comes, and one of the monsters, you're probably not gonna think so, but one of the monsters looks oddly like the Cloverfield kind of monster.
Can you pull that up too?
Yes, it's odd. It's odd.
I
but
know
it looks
exactly
slightly
what
like
he's talking
it.
about.
Yes.
Dude, the Cloverfield monster is probably my favorite monster.
So
Besides King Kong.
I don't know either. I don't know either. But I think it's
Just
in
look
the
it
intro.
up.
I
Just look up
think
Godzilla
it's in
animated
the intro.
Cloverfield.
Oh, do you want to hear about some bullshit that I thought of last night when I was trying to sleep? Do you want to hear about this crazy thing that I thought of last night when I was trying to sleep? This is Joey delusionally tired. This is a Reptar movie.
Holy shit. What?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
No.
Listen to
I'm
me.
done listening to
Listen
you.
to me. This is a Reptar movie. He has orange eyes, he has blue spikes, and green skin, and he's not that
Stop!
big. And it's in New York.
Stop!
One of the movies in the Rugrats is called Godzilla Takes the Big Apple or Takes New York. This is a Reptar movie. And the Rugrats movie.
Is this canon?
It's canon. The Rugrats movie came out in '98, just like this movie. Hashtag it's all connected. This is a Reptar movie. And they had Simpsons actors in it. They all worked for Klasky Supo because the Simpsons were making Klasky Supo.
Oh my god.
It's all connected.
This
It's
is
all
real.
connected.
This is real.
Klasky Supo made the Rugrats. It's all connected. This is a Reptar movie. And he gave birth to baby Reptars in this movie as well. Boom, boom. Blast from the past. You heard it here first. I'm dropping the mic, but not really because it's $90. Boom.
I dropped my mic.
This is the live action Reptar Takes Manhattan.
I'm having an anxiety attack.
My anxiety's been going on since we started. So welcome to my world. This is a Reptar movie.
So to refer back to
Is anybody even listening still at this point?
to refer back to the whole I still have my question to ask.
Go on.
I didn't forget.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But
I kind of went off
The
the rails with that one.
Cloverfield monster that looks like the monster that looks like the Cloverfield monster.
Oh yeah,
in-
we kind of steered from that. Yeah.
So don't forget to put that in too.
There's a
Holy
monster in.
shit.
There's a monster in.
Like it's
the
only
Godzilla
missing.
series.
It's only missing back legs,
That
and
looks a
I'd
lot
say
like
it looks just like the Cloverfield monster.
I wonder if they took and it's kind of weird because when Cloverfield's teaser came out, everybody thought it was a sequel to
Everybody
Godzilla.
thought it was going to be an Americanized Godzilla. By the way, a found footage Godzilla movie would be the tits,
Yes,
the absolute tits.
it should be.
We
It
were
should be.
Oh wait, I forget which one of you guys I was talking about that with. Oh, I think it was just on the
It was
Snapchat group.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about that, and I was saying how they kind of put some of that in it because the first time you see Godzilla, it's through the camera lens that Hank Azaria is holding.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, it's on camera. You only see it. It's just fucking stupid.
But no, if we had what'd you call it? A found footage Godzilla movie. Yeah, that would be dope. Absolutely.
That would be amazing, and
Just
that's
like-
how it should be done because
like-
Cloverfield was very good for that.
Just like they were planning to make a found footage Friday the 13th movie, which would be fucking awesome. Just imagine a few kids. Imagine a few kids camping in
So,
2020.
basically-
they'd be on their phones.
So basically, Blair Witch meets Jason.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that'd be so cool. See, found footage.
I
got
like found
really
footage.
Found
Except-
footage got really oversaturized in the fucking market.
Except, yeah, but yes, because at the Cloverfield, everybody wanted to
Not
do
even
it.
after Cloverfield.
Whereas
it was
even-
after Paranormal Activity.
Whereas
Paranormal
wait,
Activity.
wait,
Paranormal Activity was first
that what 2008?
before Cloverfield. Pretty sure.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
I want to say
swear-
Paranormal Activity was first released in 07.
Paranormal Activity came out in 2010, I thought.
1 second.
But
gotta
anyways,
look that up.
Found footage. It's just Cloverfield. I found at times was making me kind of dizzy.
Paranormal Activity came out in 2007.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's that old?
That's way earlier than I
It
thought
was
it came
made
out.
in 2007, but it got a U.S. release date in 2009.
Oh,
So it came out in 09,
So it
but it
came out
was made in
to
07.
like film festivals
So
first.
yes.
All right,
so
okay.
it was made, shot to film festivals, and then finally got a theatrical because a studio probably picked it
Can you
up.
imagine if that was a late 2000s movie? That's kind of weird. Well,
So-
I
so
mean, it was because it was
So
09.
it was both before and after Cloverfield.
But do you think with Godzilla, if we would have the same issues with Cloverfield? Because a lot of people for Cloverfield, like, oh, it
Cloverfield
fucking
when-
makes us sick with
Cloverfield,
the
when I
motion
first saw it in the
sickness.
theater, I did not like it. It was only until I bought it on DVD that it became one of my top 10 favorite movies
Yeah, but
of
here's the
all
thing.
time.
Even me watch, because the first time I ever watched it was here, and you had your big fucking TV before. And even then, I was like, this is kind of giving me a headache. They're moving way too much.
Yeah, but now, like watching it now, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad.
And then you're,
'Cause
and
I
you're
got-
absolutely right. The market became really saturated.
Really
Whereas
saturated.
Project X was a found footage movie of a party.
I think that works though.
It does work, but I'm saying how like everybody has to hop on his bandwagon. Same with 3D. Everybody had to hop in the bandwagon around that same time.
Where most movies just weren't even 3D. They just made you wear glasses and pay more.
Have they ever made a 3D Godzilla movie?
Nope. Yeah.
They should. The fire breath and shit.
Guess what? Back in 1983.
Reptar takes Manhattan.
Shut the fuck up.
This is a Reptar movie.
The idea for an American Godzilla project began in 1983 when Steve Miner proposed Godzilla King of the Monsters 3D to Toho.
Oof.
So he was going to make Godzilla King of the Monsters 3D.
Was King of the Monsters not 3D? The one that just came out? Was that not
No.
3D? All right.
No, the 3D trend's pretty much dead, my friend.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Because as you said, there would be movies that wouldn't even have 3D effects. They would just this movie's
Here,
gonna
buy
pop out
glasses. But some movies like Avatar, Resident Evil Afterlife, Journey to the Center of the Earth, both of them, they were movies that were filmed with 3D cameras.
like Jackass 3D.
Yeah.
Where, like, it was solely made. This is gonna be 3D. Like we have to film it with
That's
these
why
kinds of
every
cameras.
stunt had slow-mo. That's one thing that annoys me about 3D.
That's a movie where the 3D like it was made for this.
Yeah.
3D was made for this.
Yeah.
This is where it works. But I don't care if Amazing Spider-Man 2 is in 3D or not.
No.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit either. I don't give a shit if any of the Marvel movies are 3D. Why? Because they're not 3D unless it's IMAX 3D. Because IMAX 3D sells it well.
Anyways, 1998 Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Reptar
That's right.
takes Manhattan.
Reptar takes Manhattan.
It's canon. It's canon. There's 3 Simpsons actors in this movie. Harry Shearer plays Kent Brockman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say. Kent Brockman is Harry Shearer's normal voice, and he plays a news anchor in this movie. He's Kent Brockman in this movie. Hashtag live action fucking Simpsons movie.
And Nancy Cartwright is his fucking receptionist.
Is his fucking... she should have had a bigger role. That's Nancy fucking Cartwright. She follows our Instagram page.
That's
Nancy Cartwright follows the Last One of
Bart
Past
Simpson.
podcast page. I love
Bart
it.
fucking Simpson.
And Hank Azaria, as I said, one of the highlights of this movie. I love his character.
Hank
Who
Azaria and Jean Reno.
they approached Michael J. Fox to play that role. That would have been weird.
The answer is no.
No. But Rupert Everett is.
Dude,
Philippe.
that blew my fucking mind.
When I read that fact, I was like, I can't wait to drop this on him.
Holy shit.
Because we just did Inspector Gadget. And we had, the whole time we were talking about how hot he is, how great he is, and then I'm like, oh, he was supposed to be in this movie, dude? And he was supposed to be a good guy?
I just think it's
That's
crazy
another-
that Rupert Everett and Matthew Broderick in
We're
two
almost
movies
back-to-back movies. What's the name of the actor that ended up doing him again? Philippe.
Jean Reno.
He's great. I fucking love him in this.
Dude, he was like he was like an international superstar at that moment.
I love
he was
how
in everything.
I love how half of his dialogue is him bitching about his food.
Him
Bitching about his fucking breakfast.
him
You
bitching
cold
about
his
his
coffee?
food.
More cream. That's my
And-
favorite line in the whole movie. He looks pissed off. More cream.
He's
And he
like,
just-
Elvis Presley movies. He's the king.
He was
of
the
rock.
king.
He was the king.
Why no, sir, I'm fine. Dude,
I know, sir. I'm fine.
half his dialogue
You
is him
said
bitching
this
about
was
his
French
breakfast.
roast.
You said this was French roast. It is. And he just holds up like the most American style can. More cream. Dude, half of his dialogue is him bitching about his fucking breakfast, dude. I love this movie. I love this movie. And he's badass in this movie, too.
Oh, he's awesome.
I sell insurance. And, dude, he deserves, like, that character deserves his own movie. That character alone that he plays.
Jean
deserves
Reno
his own
fighting King Ghidorah by himself.
movie. By himself. Godzilla's dead.
himself.
It's up to this Frenchman to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I want to ask my question because I keep fucking forgetting to ask
Please
it.
go on, because we're at 40 minutes and we haven't even got to the movie yet.
Really?
We're at 40
Whoa.
minutes.
All right.
Best episode yet, I'm saying. God bless you, Alex.
Godzilla bless you. Should cut
Nice.
that out.
I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in.
Nah, leave it in. Leave it in.
Reptar takes my hand.
So they made a point in this movie, and I wanted to ask it about the animated series because I never watched it, where all of the babies that are born are already pregnant.
Yeah, that was part of the mutation.
Okay,
He
so
was already fucking pregnant.
does the Godzilla that's in the animated series lay eggs, or do they not
Nope.
address it at all?
Because he hatched early and it made him sterile.
Okay, so they acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Wait, they explain that in the series?
They explained, like, some half-ass explanation, like, wait, didn't you say things were born pregnant? Oh, he's sterile, I checked, or, like, some weird thing like that. I think because he was, like, an early hatch. Or
It's Totopoulos.
I think the blast from the explosion caused him to hatch early, and he was born, like, premature and he was sterile due to it.
No shit. I never even knew that was a
Great
thing.
fucking series. Like Alex knows. I know you have to watch this series.
I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna watch
Fantastic
it last
series.
night, but I started watching Avatar: The Last
I wanted to
Airbender
rewatch
instead.
it last night for prep, but I had no time. But I watched it a few months back. I actually was talking to you about it when I watched it.
Yeah.
Fantastic series, man. It was on Fox Kids. If that alone isn't a blast from the past.
I know.
Fox Kids. And
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Batman the Animated Series,
so, yeah.
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
God. Spider-Man the Animated Series.
X-Men the Animated Series.
The Tick.
If it weren't for the Tick, we wouldn't have this podcast.
If it wasn't for the Tick, we wouldn't have this podcast. Because
Really?
I made Josh watch the Amazon Tick series, which had Griffin Newman. I found out Griffin Newman had a podcast. I made Josh listen to the podcast because of its Hulk episode. And then that podcast inspired us to do our own podcast, and hence Blast from the Past was born.
Thank you, The
So
Tick.
the Tick is the reason why we have a podcast.
So thank you, New England.
Thank you, New England Comics, because the Tick is a New England superhero. The city he fucking protects is based off of Boston.
Yep. Who was the guy that was doing like the signatures at the comic book store? Was that the creator of the Tick, or was the artist?
No, he was just an artist.
Okay.
And I got one of the artists was at Rhode Island Comic Con, and I got a signed art by him.
Griffin Newman was that.
And it turns out I had the issue that had that art panel in it. I had no idea, because later on, like a week or so after that, I was rereading a bunch of my comics, and I read that Tick issue, and I was like, wait a minute, I have this. That's sick. I still have to frame that. 1988's Godzilla.
The Tick.
The Tick. It's all canon. The Tick. Reptar takes
I
Manhattan.
was just gonna fucking say it. Reptar takes Manhattan. Fuck.
What do you think of Broderick in this?
Fucking awful.
Really?
Awful.
Like flat?
Flat.
He gets
Fucking
better.
terrible.
He gets better during the taxi scene. His fear and shit.
Dude, there's so many parts where he should be fucking mad, and he's just like, oh.
But to be honest, I think that's just how he is.
It's how
I don't
he
think.
is, but you're a
I
fucking
don't think that's
actor.
bad
You're
acting though.
supposed to-
Sorry. Go on.
So you're supposed to
Plead your
act.
case.
You're supposed to be a different person. That person
know.
sounds like he's supposed to be mad. You can't.
But
fucking...
the role was written for him though. That's one of the things. The role was like somewhat written for him, because they wanted Topless to be some like reserved kind of character. Stop shaking. It's not that big of a deal.
fucking dude. It's just
You gave Inspector Gadget so many breaks, but Godzilla, you can't
so
see
many.
the
No. Because Inspector Gadget does have his problems, but Matthew Broderick is way better in that movie than he is in this one. He does
Yeah.
have flat lines in Inspector Gadget, but he is flat.
But he
in
gets,
this movie.
he does, but he does get a lot better in like the later half of it when he's like more.
You
fearful
think
and
that
stuff.
made it okay to steal my tape?
Think they made it okay to steal my tape? Lock your doors. He will find you. This lizard.
Go home. Lock your doors. Stay alive.
No,
I will
dude,
find you.
My most hated line delivery in this movie is when Audrey steals the tape. They watch it live, and they're like, "Did you give her the tape?" No, no, I didn't give her the tape.
Dude,
No, it's
Dude.
like, oh my gosh, show some kind of anger.
the part where she's like, is it because of me? And he's like,
Oh, she's atrocious in this
She's
movie.
fucked.
She's atrocious in this movie,
she's
dude.
fucked. They're both
Oh
fucked.
my God,
They're
dude.
back and forth after he gets
Harry
fired. I
Shearer.
was like, oh my, dude, that was
Harry
another
Shearer
part.
has more enthusiasm in his 2 minutes total of screen time than most of these actors in this entire movie.
Dude, the part where they're going back and forth, like talking after he gets fired, that part in the fucking helicopter scene where I was just like, oh no. It was like, oh no, I can't wait to talk about this movie tomorrow.
Oh, this movie's amazing, dude. Oh, the mayor and his sidekick are supposed to be Roger Ebert and Siskel. Gene Siskel, who were two.
Yes.
For those who don't know, they're two famous critics who I think Ebert has passed on, but not Siskel.
I have no idea. I know Ebert died, but
They bashed
Stargate.
both of Devlin's and both of their movies, which was Stargate and Independence Day, and they wanted to put them in Godzilla to somewhat poke, like they wanted to roast them. So they made Ebert the idiotic mayor who only cared about himself, blah, blah, blah. But they roast him badly, to the point where when Ebert and Siskel reviewed Godzilla, they were like, if you're gonna roast us, have Godzilla crush us.
Yeah.
You couldn't even... You know you fucked up when the people you're roasting are giving you better ways to roast you. They were like, why didn't you kill us?
Yeah.
So we're just a mayor?
Yeah.
Like, do something, dude. We're fine at the end. Nothing happened to us.
Who is Siskel supposed to be?
His assistant. Because know how Gene, the guy that was like, "Oh, don't you think we should calm down on the candy before the election?" Back off, Gene. That assistant to the mayor was supposed to be. Because I think the joke was, "Oh, Siskel just does whatever Ebert wants." I think that was the fun of it. Josh isn't paying attention to me, guys.
I am paying attention.
I know. I'm just fucking joking.
I'm looking directly into your eyes, Joseph.
Trendmasters made the toy line, made them go bankrupt. They made so many toys for this movie because they were trying to really push the marketing, as we were saying, because they were like, early on, the movie execs were like, this movie's not going to do what we thought. We really got to push the marketing to somewhat at least break even. So the Doritos tie-in, the Taco Bell tie-in, they had Trendmasters make so many toys that initially sold well, post-release dropped to nothing.
Now you can't find any merchandise.
They now no longer exist. Trendmasters went bankrupt because of the merch for this movie.
That's horrible.
That's terrible. And as you said, you can't find any of the merch online now.
You think it's in like a landfill right next to the ET game cartridges?
Oh, it's canon. It's canon.
Fucking A.
Should we go to New Mexico and dig? Just find the cartridges?
Godzilla? What? Find the Godzilla?
Godzilla? Reptar Takes Manhattan? All right. Should we watch this movie?
Oh, God.
Josh said before we
recorded, I watched it
Alex
last
and I
night.
both said we want to watch this movie. And Josh is like, this is my house. We are absolutely not watching this fucking movie.
Because before I watched it last night, I was like, should I watch it now? Because I feel like if I watch it now, I'm not going to want to watch it tomorrow. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it tomorrow anyway. Now I am fucking dreading this movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes. And it feels like 7.
So do you want to just do like a sum up of it? You don't even remember the movie though.
Yes, I do.
How's it start?
It starts off with the nuclear explosion, and it shows a shit ton of fucking iguanas.
Yeah, because they want to emphasize he's not a lizard, he's an iguana. That's why he looks like this in this movie. They wanted to like throw that in your face.
And then
he's a marine iguana.
And then after that, it doesn't start with the fish boat, does it?
Yeah,
it does
because they, because they wanted to pay homage to the Japanese origin. Oh, let's have it start in Japan. And then work our way to, New York.
Gojira.
Stop. Why does a lighter make him break? Why does Philippe holding a lighter... Oh, I gotta talk. Like, why does that set you the fuck off?
It's a French man speaking English to a Japanese man.
Who also speaks English.
God, I fucking...
What happened? When Godzilla comes to Manhattan... When he walks by the news station and Nancy Cartwright says to Harry Shearer, "Sir, I think your big story just walked out the window." The TV's playing Barney.
Yeah.
The fucking dinosaur.
What?
Yeah, the TV's playing Barney. You don't remember that?
No.
That's why we should watch this
scene.
movie.
I didn't realize Barney was there, though.
We're at 50 minutes.
I know.
Like that.
Yeah.
Should we watch the movie?
Should we?
Josh doesn't want to watch the movie. But listen, dude. 2 hours and 20 minutes, and in total he has 11 minutes of screen time. Most of the time, he's just running away. He doesn't fight anything. He kills 2 choppers, chases a taxi.
At least we can say a monster did occupy most of the screen time. And the monster that I'm referring to is of course, Matthew Broderick's acting.
Wow.
In this movie.
Wow, Josh. Put on the movie. Come on. Let's fucking do this. We might watch it full through. We might give a sum up of just key scenes.
I don't think we're going to watch it full through. I think we can skip through because there's a lot of... Totopoulos. There's a lot of... It's Totopoulos.
How about we just not? Why don't we just give a sum up of what we think of the movie? We just talk about certain scenes that we remember.
Well, you guys wanted to put the movie on.
No, we don't have to since you want to cry about it.
No, I would...
No, we don't have to because you want to cry about it.
I was going to put the movie on. From the get, I was going to put the fucking movie on. But if you don't want to watch the fucking movie, by all means, I'll put on Congo 5.
You said this was French roast. What did you say?
I said, by all means, I'll put on Congo 5.
What episode is that going to be?
I don't fucking know yet.
I like that movie.
It's literally, out of all of the movies that I've seen, my all-time favorite movie. I think that movie's a modern masterpiece.
I saw it opening day.
I saw it opening night.
I snuck a 6-pack of root beer in. I snuck a
6-pack?
A 6-pack of root beer.
How?
Because in a backpack. Because this was back when this is before Batman got shot up by a fucking idiot. They allowed backpacks in. That's like a sad joke to say.
No, that's
dude,
I'm cracking up because of your wording. But yeah, you're right. That's why we don't have midnight showings anymore.
And I'm so mad because one of my dreams was to always go to a midnight premiere, late night with friends. Let's go to a midnight premiere. No, let's go to Thursday
which,
out at 7 at night.
Not Endgame. Infinity War was close enough. We went at what? 10:30, 11 o'clock. We got out at like 1:30.
I don't remember.
I remember being out at
I know
1:30 and we were
Ted
like,
was
Luke.
close. Ted was close for me actually, because Ted was like 11. Yeah, but that wasn't.
I remember it being like 1:30 in the morning and us being like, Lucas, it's 1:30 in the morning. Stop monologuing.
Yes, because the first premiere was sold out. No.
Yeah.
We had to go to the second showing.
Yeah, so we went to like 11.
It's freezing. It's April. It's cold. It's New England. And Lucas, instead of just opening the doors and getting in the car,
He starts
telling
going on a fucking like a full-on story, and we're like,
listen,
Lucas!
man, my mom told me that, like, Lucas, if you're hearing this, we love you, but stop. You monologue more than a villain. Oh, speaking of villains,
Rupert Everett.
some of Devlin's and Emmerich's like sum up of this movie before it releases was it's gonna be like 89 Batman to Adam West's Batman, comparing their Godzilla to the 54 Godzilla, and it did exactly the opposite of what 89 Batman did. It's so stupid. And then they were like, it's gonna be a nitty gritty Jurassic Park
Are you
movie.
serious? 98
Absolutely.
Godzilla is more like 66 Batman than anything.
Yep.
They did the exact opposite.
Also, going back to the merch, going back to the toys, KB Toys was known as Godzilla headquarters during the time of this movie. KB Toys was like the main fucking toy distributor.
Really?
Uh-huh. It's Modelo time!
Social Club.
Dude, Josh hates when I say that. It's Corona time!
It makes me want to fucking turn into a District 9 monster and throw my whole life away. What?
You have sex with any of these fucking creatures!
I did not have any cat food! Cat food!
You stupid
I did
prawn!
not fuck a prawn! Have you ever seen District 9?
I have. It's
We're-
a great movie, and I always thought that guy looks like Hitler.
Have it. Oh my god! It's the Third Reich with the blue eyes and blonde hair! Anyways.
Fucking Charlotte Copley looks like Adolf Hitler. Holy fucking shit. I hate that you say that. I hate that you say these things.
Right?
Hasn't there been rumors of like a District 10 for like years now? Haven't they been like working on a sequel apparently for
I don't
years?
think they've been working on a sequel. Everybody was just like,
So it's just
alright,
been, like,
let's do
hearsay?
it. Yeah.
I have an idea. 10 comes after 9. You know what the sequel should be called? District 10.
District 9 too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so are we going to sum up the movie?
I don't see why not.
Alright, so because since you're... I mean, I kind of don't want to watch a full 2 hours of it either. Because
Yeah.
we're already at an hour here. Do you have any memorable scenes that you want to talk about? Are there any scenes that you're like, alright, that's... Any aspects of the movie that you think are cool enough that like...
I know one that's goofy as shit.
Okay.
The when they're at the nest and they all start hatching, but then they start sniffing them, and one of the guys
smell like the
mentions
fish.
we smell like
Right?
yeah. But a little bit after that, there was Hank Azaria had a line saying, "Let's just not startle them," and then immediately after, there's a little
Oh my god.
like. I don't know if you guys remember
I
that
don't know.
part, but literally after he said there's just a random sound for no reason. I don't know why it's there.
Maybe it's like maybe it was an issue with the editing. Oh, apparently they weren't able to show the full version of this movie until the Blu-ray in 2009 because the effects. I guess they wanted to print the movie on a special type of tape to like show the visual effects to the full extent that they wanted to. The type of tape wasn't accessible for fucking theaters at the time. So they claimed that's why the visual effects for the theatrical releases were so bad, because they couldn't print it on the tape that could have showed the good special effects that they put in this movie. And then the 2009 Blu-ray and every release post that is apparently the version that they wanted to release. But the CGI still looks kind of bad. And I'm talking about that because of the scene you're talking about with the babies. You can clearly tell when it's animatronics and CGI. It looks so ugly and so different. That is one of like the more uglier scenes of the.
They blow up
the movie.
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, now I'm pissed. Hank Azaria, dude. I love him. I think this whole movie he just crushed it.
Fucking Mo.
Oh, jeez, that is Lodge. This is the best line in
Large
the movie.
Marge.
Lodge Marge. Oh, hi, Midge.
Hi, Midge.
He fucking calls Marge a Midge every fucking time. Oh, hi, Midge.
Oh, hey, Midge.
Let's just talk about how Rage Against the Machine has a great song on this fucking
The soundtrack for this movie is pretty fucking good.
Let's talk about the fucking Godzilla version of Brain Stew by Green Day.
That we just found out about today. I had no idea that it was a thing. I'm not sure if it played during the credits, so I think it might have been just for the album itself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure during the credits it was that song by P. Diddy. And then right after that...
Such an odd... Well, I mean, it is the fucking 90s.
It's a good song.
You gotta have a fucking P. Diddy video.
And then the song after that played through the credits was the Wallflowers cover of Heroes
That's
by David Bowie.
That's a good song.
That's my favorite cover of that song. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good cover.
The scene where Godzilla finally gets to Manhattan and he's breaking through this fucking boardwalk here. That's a great shot. That's a really cool shot.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the teasers.
That was one of the teasers, and the part that they cut out that they had in the teaser was that after he breaks the boardwalk, he goes up to those two homeless guys and you see his eye open up.
Yeah.
Pretty much the eye-opening part from when they're in the fucking tunnel. You know that part when the eye opens? That part was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And the CGI, that part looks really fucking bad. Like the eye and shit, that looks really bad.
God.
Godzilla.
I knew it.
Reptar takes Manhattan.
This really is Reptar takes Manhattan.
Dude, orange eyes, green skin, blue spikes. It's Reptar. It's Reptar. This Godzilla is and he has the square head. He has the squarish head like Reptar. This is Reptar. And the Rugrats movie came out 6 months after. You hear that? You're drinking a Pepsi product, my friend.
It's Mountain Dew. It's not Pepsi.
It's a Pepsi product.
Yes, I know. But I'm not drinking Pepsi.
It's blue and red like Pepsi.
What?
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 You're drinking Frostbite.
What?
It's red and blue like Pepsi.
What? What?
That is large.
Whoa.
Size does matter. That is large. Size
fucking
does matter. It's all getting cut. It's fine.
All right. I was just saying, you said it like.
One of the cool things that they should have put in this movie is that he's tearing through every tunnel that's under this fucking city.
Yeah.
You would think there would be times where a complete block would just cave in on itself. He's going through the subway tunnels and the sewers. He's tearing out more of the support beams in the ground. How come the city, like, none of it caved in on itself?
That's actually a really good point. It's actually really good.
We attempted to watch the movie. 2 hours of content that it's just unnecessary. So are there any scenes that we would like?
I can't. I can't.
Me and Alex were willing to, but Josh is clearly tapped out.
There's 11 minutes of Godzilla in a Godzilla movie.
2
What are we
hours-
supposed to fucking talk about?
2 hours and 20 minutes. Godzilla's on screen for a total of 11 minutes, and you don't even see his full form for most of those minutes.
Yeah.
I think his babies had more airtime than him.
Absolutely did.
All right, so we want to just break down scenes that we think should be spoken about, whether it's because we don't like them or because we do like them. Alex, do you have any favorite scenes? Since you and I are the only in this room, the only fans of the movie.
Yeah, apparently so.
Hey!
No,
I started the podcast saying I like this movie. I think this movie's a lot of fun. It's just really fucking stupid.
And then he tapped out 2 minutes in. He's like, you know what, dude? No, I'm just kidding.
Because I don't want to watch it again.
Any notable scenes, Alex?
Point of, you should have just not watched it last night. Should have saved it.
No, see, we weren't going to, but I just haven't seen it in like 10 years. So it's like, I gotta watch it.
Wait, this is your first time seeing it since 10 years?
Maybe not 10 years, but it's just I haven't seen it in a while. Because I had no idea it was on Netflix, and I don't own it. So it's like I never had it to my access. I keep talking over you. Any scenes that you're willing to like notable scenes?
Yeah, when they do the fish trap for the second time.
That's the scene that everybody knows too.
Yeah.
That's like the most iconic scene.
It's like that's like right after you actually see him dig out from underground.
Yeah, he emerges. He plows through the ground.
I just thought he looked great in that scene. Like he's getting closer and closer to the army guys, and they're like, "Is he gonna go for it?" And it's a little nice, suspense.
And plus, the CGI in the scene isn't that bad either.
No, yeah, I think he looked great.
It looks a lot better than other scenes by far. Also, this leads up to the next fight. No, this is the second time they do the fish thing is when they fight him. When he dives back into the fucking water.
Yeah, well,
that shot looks great. When he dives in, that whole shot looks
There's
great
a helicopter chase before that part, though, which is right after this.
Where the first helicopter chase is 3 choppers.
Yeah.
Then the second chase, there's 40 choppers flying through Manhattan, and none of them crash. They're bobbing and weaving.
That's the part I want to fucking talk about. I talked about it before.
Go ahead.
Dude, why are these buildings so tall? Why are there 40 helicopters flying through these narrow fucking buildings?
The city looks like...
It looks like Gotham City in Batman Forever.
Or like, when you play the 2002 Spider-Man game, Episode 3 coming soon, how Manhattan looks really fabricated?
Yeah.
That's what that looks like. It looks like a cutscene. New York looks very fabricated. Well, because it was all a set that they built. A lot of the shots in New York are like an actual set that they built. I don't know if you've seen the behind-the-scenes photos of them standing on this like eighth scale fucking set that they
I
built.
actually have not.
Like the Chrysler Building scene where they tear off the roof. That's
Yeah.
all real. It's like this small set that they built.
Huh.
That they blew up and shit.
Just
same
with no Godzilla.
same with the garden.
They were just like, let's blow some shit up.
Yeah. a lot of the movie was supposed to be practical. They built an ginormous animatronic Godzilla from like the chest up that they were gonna interact with, but then during production they like I think there's still one or two scenes where it's an animatronic Godzilla. I think when it's
Close-ups.
Matthew Broderick when he's talking to it, I think one part of that scene it's like
Definitely
he's actually
looks
standing
like
there.
it.
But he was gonna be kind of like what they did with Hulk. It was gonna be animatronic the whole movie, but then they scrapped it later on.
Just fucking lame.
It's lame. As we've said before, aged animatronics will always look better than aged CGI. I get it's to save money. I get it's to fucking save like work time. But for fuck's sakes. And they already had it built. So you might as well fucking use it.
You might as well use it or you're fucking wasting money.
He's so lanky in this. I think that's another one of the fucking issues with his design. He's lanky, he's thin. Godzilla's thick. He's like a chunky boy, and this dude's lanky.
Oh yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla's thick with a capital CC. You know what I'm saying? My favorite scene in this movie, I really like the first scene where he first comes to New York, where they don't show it. You just see everybody reacting to it, and it shows.
Oh, where he almost steps on Hank Azaria?
Yeah,
that's a really good part.
And the CGI doesn't look that bad there, obviously because like they're not showing his full form. But that's a really good scene. And when he emerges through the water, breaks the boardwalk, and just like it's still a mystery of what he looks like because they're only showing the underside of his chin, his legs, his tail. You know what I'm saying? So you're still like, holy shit, what the fuck does he look like?
I think it's funny that this movie literally could have ended at two other points. When they killed him underwater,
Yeah.
we could have ended right there.
And then,
Or when they blew up Madison Square Garden, it could have ended right
they
there
could have
too.
killed Godzilla, killed they could have killed Godzilla, rolled credits, boom. Kill Godzilla, kill the babies, boom. But no, it's kill Godzilla, kill the babies. Godzilla's alive, kill Godzilla again.
Yeah, that's one of the fucking reasons why this movie burns me out.
It's like every time you think, all right, this is like, dude.
Dude,
As I said last
when the
night,
babies die, it's like an hour 45.
and
That's
there's
a
still like
fucking
20 minutes left.
Great fucking point to end, and then boom, you got another half an hour. I'm like, come on.
It even pans out like it's ending when they're just looking at Madison Square Garden, Hank, fucking Nick and shit, and it pans out, and you think it's over, but then you hear, and then he emerges to fucking the it's like you could have just ended it there.
Mm-hmm.
They panned out to trick you into thinking it was over, but then they're like, wait, what's that? Boom, and then he comes out again.
You could have ended it at him breaking out the ground and then set up the sequel.
Oh!
I was just about to say, you literally took the words out of my mouth. That would have been like great. Just him burst up, do his normal roar.
Yes,
and then
breaks
done.
through, then cuts to black, and you just hear the roar, and then the credits roll.
That would have been awesome.
Oof.
And then have like a mid-credits, after-credits scene with the baby hatching.
How is it?
And then you have the
that
baby
should have been
Godzilla.
an after credits or a mid credits scene.
And then you have the baby Godzilla be the good Godzilla, and the Godzilla in this movie still be the bad Godzilla.
How are 3 kids from Massachusetts
Making a better fucking idea
than
for
filmmakers?
Dude,
Roland Emmerich, the complete dislike for the origin, like the source
he wanted to
material.
make them fucking alien, him an alien, bro.
No, dude, but like when he started to be like, when he started to be like, I don't want him to just be a creature. I want him to be an animal. I don't like the idea of 2 creatures fighting. I want to change that. When he started to do that, that's where you should be like, all right, you know what? You're not meant to make this movie, and fire him.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you? I don't care how good Independence Day was received. As soon as this guy starts to be like, I don't like this, I don't like this. When Toho gives you a list of, hey, if you're gonna make Godzilla, follow these lines. As soon as he goes, I don't like any of that. That's when he should be kicked off the project.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like, let's trust him. No, dude. Toho gives you the creators of the character go, hey man, if you want to fucking use our rights, you gotta follow this. Godzilla should be boom, 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 boom. As soon as he goes, yeah, but I don't like any of that. All right, dude, then you're dismissed. Leave. You're not making this movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's like Marvel giving whoever, hey man, if you're going to make Spider-Man, you have to have these, and then everything's changed. It's like you can't disregard what the creators of the character say. As soon as he began to, like, just diss it, you should be like, you know what, dude? You're clearly not meant to make this movie.
No.
Don't make your disaster movie. This isn't meant to be your disaster movie. This is our character. We're making the first ever Godzilla movie in America. No, we gotta stay true to the fucking source. Oh, we didn't talk about the famous meeting with Toho, where they had a meeting with Toho in Japan. All right, you guys, are you guys ready to see our fucking design for our American Godzilla? They revealed their look. Apparently, the execs at Toho sat in silence for 20 minutes and ended it with, "All right, let's meet back up tomorrow." And they were so pissed about what they did to Godzilla. Like legit, they're this big reveal. All right, are you guys ready to see our American version? Boom, and silence for 20 minutes, and then they end the meeting with, "Let's just meet back tomorrow." Like when Toho gives you that reaction, all right, Emmerich, there's the door.
See ya.
And it was so late into production.
It's Totopoulos.
It's the topless. And
Literally.
And it was so late. They were so late into production, they couldn't even make small adjustments. Toho had to legit just be like, "I guess this is what the fuck we're going with." So Toho tapped out early on. They're like, "You know what? It's too fucking late. This is what we're doing." And then
I feel like that's the reason why people have to run their shit by original like people now.
yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like this movie fucked all of that.
Exactly.
Which good.
I
Do
think
as you're told.
Do
as you're fucking told.
I think it's safe to say this is what led to studios getting too involved in a movie. Like, think about this. Like Avi Arad saying, "Hey, the fans want Venom. Hey, the fans want Godzilla to blah blah blah." Because studios with rights, they didn't really get involved. I mean, were rights even sold that much back in the day?
Yeah.
I mean, I find a lot of movies back then were more original than now.
Yeah, they were more original, but they were still adaptations. Now everything's adaptations because there's no originality.
Godzilla and Inspector Gadget led to, you gotta follow the source. Matthew Broderick. Poor Matthew Broderick.
He totally killed somebody.
Stop that. I had to cut that out of the fucking
we did talk
Gadget
about
episode. I was like, I'm not leaving that in.
You gotta say it in every Matthew Broderick related thing, so Joey can cut it out.
Apparently, something Satsuma, the actor who played Godzilla in the suit from 85 to 95, at the Tokyo premiere of this movie, stormed out of the theater.
Probably cried.
He was like that. He's like, "That's not Godzilla. What the fuck did you guys do? That's not Godzilla."
That's not Godzilla. You're right.
But when a person who played the character is like,
it's
"Fuck this, I'm out of here,"
It's
he storms
Godzilla,
out,
but without the god.
it's Zilla.
Zilla,
Gino.
not Zilla.
Hey, Gino. You
Pat
know what I'm
Zilla.
talking about? Hey, oh, come on.
Fake Zilla.
Pat Zilla. It's the Topolis. Fruit of the Loom
Yes.
had the license to make shirts for this movie,
Really?
and they lost it because they purposely leaked images on their site of Godzilla's look. But as it turns out, those were fake images that TriStar distributed to see which company they could trust to keep the secret.
Wow.
So that was all a fucking plan, and Fruit of the Loom put the images on their site, and they were like, "You know what? That was a trick. Fuck out of here." And then they freaking lost the fucking rights to make
Good.
shirts.
Good. That's what you get for fucking acting like a fool.
Also, I forgot to mention this early on. We were talking about the production. Godzilla was originally supposed to be a chameleon-like who changed color and would have explained how he was able to hide so well in this movie. But then they scrapped it early on, which that would have been kind of cool.
I think it would have been cool.
Why can't we find his? Oh, he's in the tunnels. No, he's on a building. You just can't fucking see him.
Yeah.
That would have been really again. That would have been way not Godzilla, but this would have been very fucking cool though.
Yeah, it still would have given him some kind of fucking power.
Yes, and that would have added more to its fucking powers. It's just giant chameleon that you can't fucking see.
I really, yeah. I kind of want that now. That
Yeah.
sounds really fucking cool.
Also, part of the drop off due to the income that's this movie made. This is one of the few times where the movie studio demanded 80 to 90% profits from fucking theaters. Whereas usually they get 60% of the fucking profit, they demanded 80 to 90 from fucking theaters.
Jesus.
Some theater chains lost money due to this and shit. They almost went bankrupt and shit
Because of 98 Godzilla.
because they were demanding so much.
98
because of
Godzilla almost killed cinema.
almost killed some theaters. Killed Treadmaster Toy fucking company. What the fuck, dude?
Killed Matthew Broderick's acting career.
But the Taco Bell cups are cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
I fucking have it. I wish I brought it.
His name is Gojira, you moron!
Ah, dude, her acting is so bad. Devlin used to fight with fans.
Devlin used to fight with fans?
Kind of like today with comments. Devlin used to go on Godzilla message boards who were hating on the movie and fight with fans. To where the main Godzilla fucking fan board on the internet got shut down because of all the fucking hate and shit.
Really?
But Devlin, who was so convinced that fans were wrong for hating the movie, fought with fans online. Like, this is a good movie. To hell with you. This is a good movie. And then in 2011, he finally said, yeah, we kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
But imagine
idiot.
fighting with fans about your movie,
It's like, no.
knowing you fucking did wrong.
Knowing you literally murdered Godzilla right in front of us. They massacred my boy. They massacred my
Look
boy.
what they did to my boy. This is a great movie. This is a
What
great
movie?
movie. Do you want to talk about
What?
directors that almost made this movie? James Cameron in 1990 was originally
Really?
approached.
I don't know any of the old directors.
When they were still shopping for the rights, they approached James Cameron. They came in, if we get this, you want to do it? Turned it down. Tim Burton was approached.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine a Tim Burton Godzilla movie?
Tim Burton had his peak, too, because Tim Burton now is...
He was attached, and then obviously they didn't fucking... They gave us Roland Emmerich, for fuck's sake.
Dude.
Come on, dude.
Tim
Come
Burton,
on.
Godzilla. I wonder if there's any concept.
Did you know that in 1992 they released a teaser for the 94 movie?
Yes, but I couldn't find it. Did you?
Yeah. On that page that you sent me, it was on
I
it.
clicked it and it didn't give me any video.
You will have to search it up on actual YouTube. But it's so... Dude, it looks like it's a trailer that would have been released in the 80s.
Really?
It has Godzilla, the first American... Like, it's so corny. It's really crazy when you see a teaser for a movie that never came to be.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, they were really cashing all in on this. Also, this is one of the few movies that never had early screenings due to them trying to hide the fucking look of him.
God, they would have benefited. They would have benefited a lot. You know why? Because they wouldn't have fucking released it.
And apparently, Devlin swears that the tagline for the movie "Size Does Matter" is a jab at Jurassic Park. It's not a dick joke.
Why is it a jab at Jurassic Park?
Because I guess, like...
What was Jurassic Park's tagline?
Because I guess, no, because the dinosaurs are so small compared to Godzilla. Which is part of that teaser. This is the biggest animal to ever walk the earth, and the foot crushes it. Size does matter.
Yeah. Stupid.
We didn't intend it to be an innuendo for a dick joke. It's just a jab at Jurassic Park. You know what the fuck you were doing.
It's a dick joke, you fucking moron.
And then...
Everything's a dick joke.
And then, of all movies, the Phantom Menace mocked this tagline by saying on some of their sites, "Plot does matter." And then we all know what the fuck happened with
Phantom Menace. Just plot.
And then Steven Spielberg's trailer for Small Soldiers featured a giant lizard being hogtied by the toys, saying size doesn't fucking matter.
I love that. That's my favorite.
That's way better than the Phantom Menace.
That's my favorite.
Can we also talk about how Small Soldiers made the rodeo burgers at BK thing?
I always forget that.
I've been talking too much. Does someone else want to fucking talk?
Oh, let's talk about the sequel that almost happened for this movie.
That was eventually made into the series.
No. There was a screenplay already written for the sequel.
I know.
And it would have involved the monster that hatched at the end of the film battling a giant insect with the name Queen Bitch.
I know. It was a bee. It was a bee.
Queen Bitch.
And there was going to be monstrous flocks of bees. Kind of like that villain on One Punch Man.
I've never.
Ah, for fuck's sakes. All right, well, yeah, Queen Bitch.
So that's where they get that bee monster from the animated series. That's probably where they got the idea from.
Yes, there is a bee-based monster. Dude, because as I was saying, the screenplay for the sequel, when they said no to a sequel, they pretty much vaguely adapted that into the series.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that
Queen.
bee monster is clearly from the sequel and shit.
Queen Bitch.
Yeah, because it's America. We have to fucking... We have to call it things like that. You like jazz? B-movie? Hashtag it's all connected, Josh?
You like jazz?
His size is just never consistent. When he first emerges, he's way fucking bigger. These scenes, he's barely taller than the fucking Daily Bugle. And then at the end on the bridge, he has to jump to climb the bridge. It's like, is this rain making you shrivel, dude? Are you fucking shrinking, my guy?
There's a little bit of shrinkage.
A little bit of significant shrinkage. I was in the pool! I'm sorry. I was in the pool! He has that fucking crimson chin, though, dude.
Well, you know what? As much as I've dogged on this movie this episode, I can say one thing, and one thing's for sure. This movie is 10 times better than Godzilla King of the Monsters that came out last year.
I think it's even better than 2014.
Really?
Dude,
I really like 2014.
Here's the thing. People hate it because... People hate on this because, there's
Not
too
enough.
much,
Not
too
enough
much
Godzilla.
talking. Well, no, but
There's
there-
too much talking.
too
in
much
all
talking
of
with
them.
That's the tradition. Part of the movies is that you're waiting for the monster to come.
Yes.
So when it happens, it's like, oh.
Yes.
But
my-
2014's, I think this is more fun than
2014 is more serious. Absolutely.
No, but like even the monster parts, I have more fun with this.
Yeah.
You know? Because like yeah, it's Godzilla and whatever the fuck those things are called. They're fighting, but it's the Mutos.
Yeah.
But those scenes are just as short as this, so it's like I'm not getting a rush of this.
Exactly. That's why when King of the Monsters was coming out, I was like, all right, he's facing 3 monsters. We're gonna get a shit ton of this.
Nope,
But
still the short fucking things. I think they have the same amount of screen time.
Yeah.
You thought it was gonna be a bigger scene, but
Yes,
like
we
no, that's
both-
actually where they actually cut it.
Both me and him thought it was going to be a way bigger scene because the trailer made it look that way. Then it was just as soon as they made contact, cut to fucking human bullshit.
I think
Fucking.
I think they're all sort of bad in their own way, but I
Yeah.
think Godzilla's at least more dumb fun than Godzilla 2014. And I liked 2014. I don't dislike it, but if it's gonna be boring, have it be funny boring. To where you can dog on it, because I can't dog on 2014 like I can dog on this. Rash on
Movie's
this.
just a mess.
Talk shit
This
about
movie's
it.
just a mess.
It made a good amount of money.
All right. Let's break down the budget. The budget is money stuff. The budget was $125 million in both production and advertising costs. The film did well, like when it was released. Like it made $55 million in its first week.
Yeah.
And then poor word of mouth from both fans and critics caused the film to drop 40% after the first week. Domestically, so like in the United States, it made over 136 million and 242 million overseas.
Okay.
So it made like
It still made a
triple its budget.
decent amount of money.
Yeah, but it
Because-
didn't do nearly as well as they thought it was going
And
to.
then that drop off, like the second week drop off, I think that was the largest drop off at the time until Hulk broke it in 2003. Honestly,
Why do we love these bad movies?
because they're fun.
They're just fun.
Like when you watch,
Hulk is legitimately a good
like
movie,
when you
though.
watch Batman and Robin, it's at least fun to shit on it.
Yeah.
It's not a boring movie to watch. It's
Yeah.
bad, but it's funny. I love this. I love it because
Yes.
it's so bad.
I love Godzilla
We love The Room
1998.
because it's so bad. We love Spider-Man 3 because it's a masterpiece. But
Yes,
that's not
yes,
the point.
Yes,
We love these
I
movies.
still think Hulk is legitimately a good movie.
He is a masterpiece, but it's because it's not actiony like people wanted.
It was more.
It's more
melodramatic.
story. Yeah, more melodramatic, and there's more backstory to the character. Like, oh, he had it in him this whole time. But yeah, I think if you're gonna have a bad movie, at least let it be fun. Go on, Josh. You want to talk about something? Don't do the line. Oh, I'll go.
You just watch me go.
Anyways, Josh and Alex, final thoughts on this movie.
Why don't you go first?
Like it is bad, yes, but it's so bad it's good. And like I said, it's my favorite movie of all time. I grew up with it. I watched it
All time, really? Like
all
one?
time, all time.
All right.
Number one.
Definitely my top 10.
I know people listening to this are gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with this guy?" But I grew up with it. I watched it so many fucking times.
Were you exposed to the OG Godzilla first
Yeah,
as well?
I knew what the
Okay.
original Godzilla was, but this is just what I grew up with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I've owned like the good Godzilla games that have come out, the actual fighting games. Not that saying that NES is bad. NES Godzilla is great.
I have
But
to
I always so bad when I was a kid wanted Zilla to be a playable character. So bad.
I just
Was
really want.
never. Really?
What the fuck?
That's disappointing. That online multiplayer game though.
I think the villain in this movie should have.
So
been
what
Charles
would the
Barkley.
game have played as? You and a bunch of people are military, fighting off Godzilla, or are you like Godzilla and a bunch of people are kaiju and you fight in lobbies?
No, it's kind of hard to explain. It was gonna be like kind of like RPG kind of type. Yeah.
So like a Halo Wars type game where you
I
tell
was-
them where
I
to
was-
go.
I was thinking Halo Wars too.
Like you tell the people where to go, and then you have to make them avoid or kill Godzilla. So like, wow.
Somewhat.
I really want like an open world Godzilla game. Big city, and I think between missions it should cut back and forth. Like your Godzilla destroying a city, then cut back to the humans dealing with what the fuck just happened.
That'd be pretty cool. You get both perspectives. It's kind of
Mhm.
like the Alien versus Predator game where you get to play as both them
I never
and the
fucking played
humans.
it. Oh, really?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There.
the one that came out in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
The campaigns in that game is really good.
Yeah.
Kind of like, maybe this is a bad example, but it's kind of like the Hulk game where you play as a Hulk and then you deal as Bruce Banner trying to escape what the Hulk just did.
The 2003 one. How do you feel about this movie?
I really love it.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I was exposed to the original Godzilla first. My dad's big monster movie buff, huge on Godzilla. Kong's his favorite, so I was exposed to a lot of that first. And I remember even watching it I remember watching this for the first time. Me even saying like, that doesn't look like him. So I was aware of the changes, and you know this about me. I just love bad movies.
Absolutely.
I have defended Batman and Robin to you so many fucking times. I just love bad movies because you're able to shit on them. As I said, if you're gonna have a bad movie, have it be fun.
Absolutely.
Because then when you have like a Batman versus Superman where this isn't even fun to watch,
Oh, dude.
this is just a headache.
Oh.
Minus Affleck because he crushed it, but it's like this is just a bad movie. I'm not even having fun right now.
Why does he get into the bathtub
like-
with her while he's fully clothed? Why?
Because they're
Why?
Because they're in
Why?
Because they're in love, Josh.
I don't give a fuck. Take your fucking clothes off. You were in a 3-piece suit. You
Suit.
took the blazer off. Why? That movie's dumb.
You wanna know why?
That movie sucks.
You wanna know why? Because it's Superman.
Batman versus Superman. It is the first time you have these two characters on screen together, live action, and you fuck it up?
As I was saying, it's not even fun to watch.
It's no,
That's-
exactly.
so
Batman
that's my
and Robin is a fucking
So that's
is
my
a
point.
pile of garbage.
Batman and Robin is dumb fun.
Exactly. It's fun. It's fun to watch because you can be like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Batman versus Superman,
But then you
you're
have
just
those
bored.
where it's like, dude, it's
You're
like
bored.
it's like how, and I'm not sure if you remember when I saw Far From Home, I was like, dude, this is just a handful. I hated it.
I just like Mysterio in that movie.
Yeah.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal crushes it as
But
quite
it's
a
like
bit.
that's how I was. I was like, this isn't even fun right now.
Yeah.
I just don't like this. So yeah.
I still think Far From Home is way better than Homecoming.
Oh,
Homecoming's
of
a
course,
chore.
Of course. But Homecoming just took me more time to realize that I didn't like it. Whereas Far From Home off the bat, I was like, oh, this is the same shit as Homecoming. So
Yeah.
no. Almost kills a kid because he's about to leak his nudes, Josh. And
Oh,
Far
yeah.
From Home.
Yep.
No, Godzilla. He almost got his nudes leaked. You were asking where his cock was. It was on that Kodak photo that fucking Matthew Broderick got. You said this was French roast.
Well, thank you for tuning into this edition of Blast from the Past podcast. As
Thank you for
always.
tuning in.
Oh.
We apologize for the delay. Coronavirus. Our families asked us to take a break from seeing everybody, but then they sort of gave up because we were bitching about it. Thank you for tuning in. Podcast coming to Spotify soon. You can catch us on YouTube. Our Instagram is @BlastPodcast. That's the best experience. We have a Facebook account, facebook.com/pastpodcast, but Instagram is the superior experience.
Absolutely.
Spotify
pay more
coming
attention
soon.
To Instagram.
What happened?
We pay more attention to Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook, we don't give any, but we just have it as like a backup.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for tuning in. Stay classic. Stay safe during this coronavirus chaos.
And I hope that we unlocked that memory.
Alex, thank you again for joining us.
Absolutely anytime, boys.
We'll catch you all next time.